Morning. Hi, my name is Emily. I am a faithful follower of Christ, not a doctor. So this is my opinion, just coming from my own experience. I am not a doctor. I don't play one on YouTube, but I do listen to some experts on YouTube. And this is what I've gathered. When are you ready to start experimenting with fasting? Well, I would say after you've done two things. Number one, gotten yourself off. Put a big healthy distance between you and that sad diet, that standard American diet. You have to get off the sugar first. That's priority. Once you're successfully off of that, then to enjoy fasting is you're not going to be dealing with withdrawal and cravings. Number one, get off the sugar. Number two, feed yourself. I recommend 30, if not actually what I'd say forget 30, do 100 days. That's what Greg and I did. We did about 120 days of just carnivore. Just any animal product. Get chicken, mix it with mayonnaise, cover it in shredded cheddar, and dip pork rinds into it. Just feast, just eat whatever you want. Now, I will tell you, I do not feel that good when I eat like that because that does not have all the vitamins that I need, like beef, good old beef. Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. That's where it's at. But eat Vienna sausages, deli meat, hot dogs, half a pound of bacon right before you go to bed. Just keep yourself from eating sugar for 100 days. Then once you're off the sugar and you want to experiment with fasting, you'll be ready. And here's what I believe is key. As carnivores, we feast and we fast. They're both equally important. They're both wonderful. One is not better than the other. And I want us to think of fasting not as depriving ourselves of food, but giving ourselves the gift of the opportunity to experience ketosis and maybe even autophagy, which is a miraculous occurrence where the body eats up all its own. Enter Mary. Wait just a second. Where the body eats up its own tissue and then can renew and restore and burns its own stored fat. So fasting is not a situation of depriving our bodies of anything. It's giving our bodies the opportunity to go into ketosis and experience autophagy. Many of us are coming from a place of either eating disorders or disordered eating. And I have a video on this. I do not consider myself to have dealt with eating disorders that stem from taking internal struggles and using external things to control and manipulate our emotions and basically projecting or displacing a lot of stuff internally, externally. But my eating has been so disordered over the years, and there are neural pathways laid. But many of us, and I would say probably typically women, but not exclusive to women, are coming from a place of eating disorders or disordered eating and mentalities that are so unhealthy and destructive. And we have so much to unlearn, and we have so much healing to do. Give yourself 100 days to just heal. If you want, get rid of the scale. I got rid of the scale. I don't need that data. I don't need that information. I talked about this at length one day. That's like going to Best Buy to buy a computer, and they tell you all the different things about these two amazing computers and all the different ways in which they function and all of their bells and their whistles and what all they can do. And finally, the person that's about to make the decision says, but how much do they weigh? What does it matter? Who cares how much they weigh? We're talking about body composition, these amazing vehicles we're in. I would much rather weigh more and be muscular and have just like this awesome physique than weigh less and be a bag of fat, a skinny little bag of fat. Anyways, I highly recommend fasting. Greg and I are on our own 90-day journey right now. We're going to experiment with some different types of fasting. But I don't recommend it until you've done those two things, until you've gotten off of that sad diet, until you've gotten off of sugar, which Any addict will tell you it takes more than 21 days. 21 days is to build a habit. 21 days is like, I'm going to get in the habit of making my bed. It takes 30, 60, 90 days to get away from a substance that we'll need to be cognizant and aware of forever. But 30, 60, 90 days of rehab for any drug. And sugar's 8 times more addictive than cocaine. So give yourself a good chunk of time to just get off of it. If you need to, use a rubber band to connect the button on your pants to the hole. That's a little pregnancy trick there, a little rubber band trick. Wear sweatpants. I don't even care. Just let yourself heal. Get off the sugar and feed your body and embrace nutrition, which is what I'm about to do. This is meal number 1, a giant ribeye that I put in the air fryer, a bunch of bacon, and I have, oh, look at Mary doing push-ups.